Hi, nice to see you again. Welcome to Module 4, Project Planning. In this module, we are going to prepare you for the final project design, which you need to design a clear lesson plan applying what you have learned throughout the course. In this lecture video, we are going to cover two pieces. First, I'm going to talk about the final project expectations through a suggested template. And second, I'm going to introduce you the Bloom's taxonomy and its revised version. So I hope this tool can help you to better write out a precise and clear lesson objectives for your lesson plan. For your final project, you're allowed to design a lesson plan from an existing one, but you need to apply what you have learned throughout this course. And to refine your existing lesson plan, or you can also choose to start from scratch. That's why I offer a template for you, because if you're a type of educator who may have less confidence in designing a new one or do not know where to start, maybe this template can help you. And now I'm going to walk you through this final project template and share what I expect to see in your final project. So your final projects need to contains two parts. The first part, you should provide a general information of your lesson plan context, and the second part is your real lesson plan part. Now let's go back to the general information part and look at one by one. First, you should share with me who is your target students, and then you need to also identify what's your student's second language level. Because we are teaching a clear context and students are learning the subject content in a second language, so it is important for us, like clear educators, to identify what's most of the students language levels are in your class, so you can better support their um, language learning. And now here I provide you a link so you can identify what level your students are at. And then medium of instruction. You need to specify the primary language used in your teaching setting. For example, if you are teaching math in English, then English is your medium of instruction. Why it is important to state here is because in Clio, we actually embrace all using different kinds of language to teach subjects. So, for example, you may, in a teaching context, that you teach math in Italian or in French, or this is all acceptable. So it's important for you to specify what kind of medium of instruction you are using. And then it's necessary to provide a subject topic to me and your lesson plan. Like this lesson plan may come from the textbook that you are using to design this lesson, or you can also come up by your own, but it should be closely related to the content that you are going to teach. And also, you need to provide the time duration of your lesson. It is important and closely related to how you're going to plan your lesson activities, and also like how you're going to assess your students. A lesson learning outcome, this is also the one of the most important thing. And here you can also use the Bloom's taxonomy to help you finish this part, which I'm going to introduce later. And then the lesson assessment. So we were going to cover this uh, more deeper in the next module, module 5. So for now, you are fine to leave it like as simple as it can be, but you're going to refine it after module 5, like after you learn what how to assess students in clear context. And also, you need to list all the materials and resources you are going to use in these courses. This includes like what kind of videos, pictures you're going to use, and it should be as specific as it can be. If you are going to use pictures, then please upload a picture how it looks like, so I can tell whether it is closely related to the content you're going to teach. And if it is the videos and from the existing website, then please attach the link so I can go to the link and to see whether the video is suitable for learners to master the content knowledge and the language knowledge. And for the connection here, actually, it means what's students' priori knowledge. For example, if in that lesson there will be a lot of passive voice, passive sentence, passive voice sentence, then you need to share with me whether they have learned it before, or are you going to cover it like in this lesson, or whether they have learned some basic knowledge about it before in the previous lessons, so I can identify what's their current language learning or current content learning level are. And the general text here, this you can use this chart which I have mentioned in the previous module. This is general purpose and stages and phases chart, can help you to identify what your textbook, like the text you're going to use in this lesson, belongs to. And then also need to share with me your key vocabulary. Here, I suggest you to use the genre ACT model, which can help you to identify which are like mm, general academic vocabulary or the subject related vocabulary. And I'm going to share with you a document that's like share a list of the words that you can search whether it is general whether it is a general academic ones or subject related one. And here, language function, this is also closely related to the general act model we have talked about before, and this includes the sentence structure that you need to cover in this lesson. And now comes to the lesson plan that you are going to design. First, you need to list all the phases of the lesson. For example, you can use the MEC framework we have talked about before to classify uh, your phases of in that lesson. For example, how to engage them, how to help them to deconstruct the text and reading and learning, and then how to help them to intextualize their learning experiences. But you are also encouraged to use other framework that you know. So just make sure that you have clearly list all the phases and also state clearly about how much time you plan to use. And the second column is about the teaching and learning activities you are going to implement in this course. This includes like you need to list out the specific activities. For example, if you're going to use video, then you need to list that watch videos, and then um, so on and so forth. And for the third column, you need to list out which lesson objective does this learning activity align with. This column actually is helping you to check whether the learning activities you designed in this class are relevant, like closely relevant to the content you are going to teach. And this is also a great um, method to test whether your class is like scientifically structured. And here I'm going to introduce you the Bloom's taxonomy. So here's the Bloom's taxonomy. This taxonomy actually is designed for teachers to like set up for goals, and its original version is um, designed in like a pyramid and triangle shape, which starting from the bottom, it stands for the most fundamental skills that students should master, like remember and understand. And when it goes to upper, it requires like higher order thinking skills, like not just to understand and remember, but at this stage, students need to know how to apply what they have learned in a real context, and then they need to learn how to analyze different situations, and maybe to evaluate whether there are benefits, pros and cons, and stuff like that. And the top skills that they are going to master is to create, like they can create something new and like innovative. That's the highest like thinking other thinking skill that they are going to use. And in this document introduce you the original taxonomy and the basic information. I've also attached it in the pre-lecture reading activity, so you may also go through it. And then here's the revised Bloom's taxonomies, where um, some of the words may change, like some of the definition may change. And here you can see there are a list of verbs which are very specific enough for you to identify what kind of activities can be applied in each stage. This is the the like lowest order thinking skills, and here is the second one. And from left to the right, the this requires higher and higher order thinking skills. So here, like this chart is a really good tool for you to think about what you want students to achieve in this lesson. Hope this can help you. So this is all about the lecture video of Module 4. I wish like what I have shared in this video can help you to plan your final project, and good luck with your final project planning. If you have any question, just feel free to send me a message or post your questions in our question answer peer support discussion post. I will always be there for you. See you in the next module.